Burgard comes out on top, so here they are marching. There's 7 minutes left, and tie game. What more can he ask for on a Thursday, huh?
Starks steps up and runs. Tackled.
And one of his receivers there came clean open. I think he had already decided to tuck and run it.
A gain of 1 on the play. It's the 6th run on the day for the quarterback, Starks. He's got 27 yards on the ground and 23 through the air.
You get the sense that the next team to score wins this game. And with Burgard possessing and Doug Washington being really the fuel they've needed up to this point, you got to think that he's going to get involved here.
6:16 to go in the 4th quarter.
Hey,
tied
back.
6-6. And a timeout called by Jason Kolb. We'll stay here with just over 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 9 coming up here. Do you just keep it on the ground with Washington, Coach?
I think that's the majority of what you do. I didn't really get a sense of a passing game from them that you can really rely on. I know they have some guys that can burn on the perimeter there, but most of their success has come on the ground with Washington.
79 yards and a touchdown on 9 carries for Doug.
Wouldn't mind seeing that counter again. Got a big run.
How do you stop a running back like Washington? So big, you can see bounces off of guys making a tackle in open space.
Tell you what's different about him as a big back is he can change directions quickly. Even at the end of that last longer run, that 15-yard run he had, you would think he was going to put his head down, but he got a lot more yards there because he didn't. And he cut off. He can cut quickly. He does have a different skill set from most bigger backs.
That's what he worked on this offseason, all speed. We'll see if he can show it off here. Washington, past the 45, is tackled by 3 Lancers. I guess that's what it'll take to bring him down. Matt Skursky along with Marshall and another Lancer there to make the play.
Yeah, there's the counter, and he ran. Lew-Port was all over it, but Washington ran hard and got a few more.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd down and 6 from the 44-yard line of Lew-Port. Burgard scored on 3 plays in their last time out after the fumble turnover at the start of the 4th quarter. The lone Lew-Port score came back in quarter number 1 on their 2nd drive of the game. Marshall.
I'm not sure what's going on the Burgard sideline. There's some inefficiency there. They go to the sideline for the call. And not sure what's.
Starks rolls left. He's tackled and throws out of bounds. Did he get rid of it before he hit the ground? They say no. A loss on the play for the quarterback as Lew-Port hits home on 3rd down.
And Stark's lucky he didn't get a grounding there. There's no such thing as throwing it out of bounds in high school football like there is in the pros.
Well, you can now. They changed that this year.
Oh, did they?
So if you're rolling out of the pocket, if you're outside of the pocket, and you throw it as long as you make it past the first or the line of scrimmage out of bounds, you can do that now.
Did you just call me old without calling me old, Jeff?
Well, at least saying you've been out of the game
I
for a
guess
little
it's my
bit.
responsibility to keep up with the rules.
I'd be harsher on you if you were on the sidelines. Although, boy, what an advantage. Regardless, it's 4th down. 4th and 6 in flags.
Yeah, again, I don't know what's going on. Coach Kolb might have some different guys in the game, but you just get a sense that they're unorganized.
There you see he's almost calling for a timeout there, saying,
yeah. They do have some different guys in the game. Bradley's out.
Jahad Johnson also goes to the sidelines. Looks like they may be punting here, but they don't have a punter back deep. Well, they're going to go for this. 4th and 11 from their own 49.
Yeah, they got some guys out, Jack, and they're scrambling.
Starks in shotgun. Sends a man in motion in Hayes. Starks rolls right. Pressure coming. Stepping up is Starks, and he is sacked. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A turnover on downs. The Lewiston-Porter Lancers will get the ball inside offensive territory.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on the Burgard side, but they had McNeil out, they have Bradley out, had a couple different guys in there. I don't know if there's injuries or fatigue or something, but they definitely weren't set up for success there.
So it's officially a loss of 2 that will change possessions. Lewiston from the opponent's 49. Under 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The Lewiston Lancers have yet to defeat the Burgard Bulldogs in 8 meetings. 8-0 is Burgard over Lewiston.
Number 50, Willie Manuel there, stonewalling the run.
Marshall gets no gain on first down. 2nd and 10 with 4.5 to go and ticking. Lewiston hasn't scored since their 2nd drive of the day that ended a 13-play drive in the 2nd quarter. This time it's a tackle that'll result in a flag. Looked like a horse collar tackle to me upstairs as number 19 flies to the ground for Lewiston. That's Corey Timke.
It's a shame, too, because that was a great play up until the horse collar. Would have been a big loss.
There's Mike Binkowski making the call. Horse collar against Lewiston.
Yeah, that was plain as day. So instead of a big loss for Lewiston, they're going to get a first down out of this and a big gain.
At the 43-yard line, the Lancers will get possession. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, so Brashton Neal's back out there for defense for Burgard. He was out offensively at last series.
Pitch to Marshall. Gets a block from Walton. Marshall falls near the 40.
Testing that perimeter. Some of those Burgard players are taking bad angles. They turn and ran really backwards instead of coming downhill on that toss, and that afforded some opportunities, some openings for Marshall there.
Willie Manuel down on the turf with an injury for the Burgard Bulldogs. We'll take a break and come back for the final 3:18. A tied ball game. 6-6 is our score. Lewiston driving right after this.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf.
3rd and 1. 3:13 to go in the 4th quarter. Lewiston driving. A keeper for Benito. The line pushes forward and then back again. This will come down to the spot of the football.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a spot, Jack.
You might have to measure this one, and they will. Mike Binkowski says to call out the chain gang. It's a crucial call, though. You know, on 4th down, they're just going to either run the same thing or give it off to Marshall at this point.
Yeah, I think they're going to bring the chains out.
There you get a look at our Connolly Cup Player of the Week nominees from last week. Reminder, we don't have anything to do with picking who gets the nominations, but a couple players there across the way. Just short. Look at that. You got to slide the index card between the nose of the football and the first down marker. It'll be 4th and a toenail.
It's amazing, isn't it, the game of football, how accurate we are spotting the ball down to the fraction of an inch all the way down the field.
In a world of technology, well, they're gonna re-spot the football as the Trench Trophy nominees are up on your screen now. They still rule it just short. Binkowski there to call it just shy of the first down marker. A massive play with 2:53 to go in the 4th quarter.
See what Willie Manuel has, and Washington's in there too.
A matter of will. One right at the line. It'll come down to the spot again. Burgard says they stopped him.
I think they might have, Jack, but it all comes down to that spot.
Well, you're going to have one side upset with you, Mike, after this call.
It's so frustrating because you're talking about a fraction of an inch, and let's be honest, who knows, right?
We get an up-close shot here. B.J. Stack right on the football. That's shy of the first down marker. The Burgard Bulldogs. They snuff it out on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, I love the game, and I devoted a lot of my life to it, but it's just so silly. Right?
There's a much different reaction up here than down on the field for you, Coach.
Right, I get it. I don't know. It's always been my pet peeve. As if they couldn't have been that wrong on all the previous spots from 1st through 3rd down.
That one crucial, though.
Including the last one, right?
3rd and 4th down, crucial spots. We trust our line judges. 1st and 10, Burgard.
We do.
2:39 to go at their own 39-yard line. The Bulldogs hand it off to the man of the hour, Doug Washington. It takes a host of 9 Lancers, along with a couple of Bulldogs trying to push forward to bring down big number 1.
You gotta love the way one runs, right? He's got some power, he's got some feet. He's fun to watch.
With a 7-yard run, he's up to 89 yards on the ground. Just 11 attempts. You're pretty happy if you're getting 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, 2 minutes left, though. They're going to have to look for a chunk play here.
The counter again. Washington held shy of the line of scrimmage. No gain. Under 2 minutes to go. Burgard with just 2 timeouts remaining after think back to the start of the half. They called a timeout due to miscalculations in the backfield and miscommunication. That may be crucial here.
You know, if they don't get a first down here, they're going to be in for a heck of a decision as well, because they're going to have about a minute left, maybe 45 seconds left at the end of this play.
Najee Starks 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions this season for the junior. He's got about as much fun as anybody else he has on the field. But he's in shotgun here and needs a big play on 3rd and 2 from his own 47.
And sprint out again.
Starks pushes 1 down. He's met in the backfield by 3 Lancers. If he's able to pull this off, it's a miracle. He's all the way back to his own 20. Starks cuts upfield and he's out of bounds at his own 26-yard line. A massive loss on 3rd and short.
Yeah, pretty predictable there. They motioned to that formation, and they've run quarterback sweep to that every time. And Lewiston-Porter, deep into this game, figured that out, and they were all over that.
It's a 21-yard loss. That'll bring up 4th and 26. Coach, you're thinking about punting this football, yes?
You got to punt here.
If nothing else, it killed off plenty of time. 48 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. The Lewiston-Porter Lancers haven't been able to put together a fast drive in the end zone. Burgard has. This punt, nearly blocked, will finally take a Burgard roll, and it's scooped up and taken past the 40. Jake Quarantillo.
Well, no matter how you look at it, we're in for a heck of a finish.
We've had just 2 touchdowns scored today. 1 in quarter number 2 for James Marshall of the Lancers, and 1 in the 4th quarter, a 1-yard touchdown run from Doug Washington of the Bulldogs. 40 seconds to go. The Lancers with an opportunity to defeat the Burgard Bulldogs for the first time in 9 meetings. They've got 40 seconds to get 39 yards. Benito, the freshman, pump fakes once, throws over the middle, nearly tipped, incomplete, it falls.
I'll tell you what a factor is here, Jack. You can just tell that the Burgard team seems tired, especially their bigger guys. Washington's tired. You can kind of tell. You got hands in the hips. It seems like the Lewiston-Porter team, maybe because they're got a bigger squad there, just seems fresher, and that might be a big difference coming down the end of the game here.
The Lancers and their first-year head coach, Derek Tracy, 1-3 so far this year. This game crucial in terms of playoff standings down the line. Tracy has 3 timeouts remaining with 35 seconds to go. His freshman quarterback rolls right and tosses the screen to Marshall. Marshall picks up the first down. A 15-yard gain for number 15.
It's interesting. The receivers on that screenplay were just hitching up. I think if they would have went deep, they might have ran off those defensive backs and made the tackle. Nonetheless, it's a first down.
The Lancers take the timeout. Their first of the half. 24 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. The longest pass play on the day so far was for these Lancers. 28-yard completion from Benito to Quantarillo. That set up their touchdown back in the 2nd quarter. We've seen a missed field goal and a fumble and 2 drives for Lewiston-Porter so far today. Most recently, a turnover on downs and 1 set of downs in this 4th quarter. This is the 10th possession on the day for the Lancers. In a 6-6 ball game, these 2 teams played an 8-2 game last year that went to Burgard. Benito hands it off. A minimal gain for Quinn Walton. They have 2 timeouts to use, and they will take one here. The run for Walton picks up 2.
Interesting call there. I don't know if they were trying to catch Burgard unawares or.
Well, they've attempted a field goal already today, though it was not close. You're not thinking about kicking a field goal for the win here.
Well, I know the Lewiston fans had high hopes for that field goal, so
They
maybe
did.
it was just I don't know, maybe it was just bad luck the way he hit the ball. Or
Well, they brought out a tee. I've never seen a team bring out a tee for a field goal attempt.
they had a block, yeah.
Is that typical? Am I misseeing that?
Yeah, most teams have a block. You can use a block in high school.
Okay. Well, I take it back. It would affect my kick. I tell you, I would have made that thing with no block.
Oh, yeah?
Soccer players, we've all got the confidence. 2nd and 8, 20 seconds to go. Lewiston driving. Benito keeps it. Rolls left. Looks to the end zone. Quantarillo's there. Pass interference will be the call. The flag goes to the end zone. Quantarillo was defended neatly, I thought, by Traquan Guilford, though the flag flies regardless.
And Guilford was.
I beg your pardon, it was Ashton Taylor, number 13 in coverage.
Yeah, Taylor then. He was pretty much nose to nose as Quantarillo. Put his hands up. Didn't look back. I know the refs like to see you look back. But, yeah.
What a call.
We'll bring him a little closer, but, with 12 seconds left, he's going to look to the end zone again here.
Well, you knew they were going to go deep at some point on that drive. Benito still, for a freshman, holy, what an arm on that kid. I mean, he put that in the perfect spot for that call to be made.
He did, rolling to his left as well. It's not an easy way to get a release. And it'll be about the 10-yard line here. And need time for 2 throws to the end zone.
12 seconds to go and a timeout. It'll bring up 1st down and 10 from the 11. The Lewiston Lancers under first-year head coach Derek Tracy, a man who quarterbacked the Lancers in the early 2000s for 4 seasons, looking for his 2nd win in Division B1. A receiver to each side, a tight end on the left side, handoff up the middle, snuffed out immediately. The Burgard D-line hits home right away with number 5, Zaire Hayes.
They're going to kick this, I guess, huh? Again, I'm telling you, the Lewiston fans have confidence in the kicking game,
David Kennedy.
as does Coach Tracy.
He'll come out onto the field. With a timeout taken by Lewiston, their final of the half, with 5 seconds to go on the 4th quarter clock. Folks, we've got 5 more games this weekend on Western New York Athletics. Friday night, tomorrow, it's Niagara Falls at Jamestown, Canisius at Lancaster, and Falconer, Casadega Valley, Maple Grove at Maryvale, all at 7 o'clock. Also at 7:30 is the Friday night final drive with Francis Beck, a red zone channel for high school football here on Western New York Athletics. Saturday, it's 1 p.m. Eden at Lackawanna, at 1:30 Portville at CSP, all right here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on WNY Athletics. 5 seconds to go. Matt Barber will hold. David Kennedy will kick. He missed a 37-yarder earlier today. A 6-6 tie. The 9th meeting between these two teams. Kennedy's kick is blocked. Ball still in play. Scooped up by Willie Manuel. Well, the clock continued to run in-house. Someone forgot to start it as the play started. Manuel pops back up to his feet, though, hobbling off the field.
And the kicking game has not looked good despite their efforts. You would have liked to see them take at least one shot to the end zone on one of those last 2 plays, if not both. It's easy to say now that they've missed, right? But at least on that last run, you'd like to see them take a shot.
Mike Binkowski signals for the end of regulation. 6-6 We stand, we take a commercial break and come back with overtime after this on Western New York Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
You realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
We take you down on the field for the halftime or coin toss.
Winner of the coin toss has one of three options: offense, defense, or end of the field. After you win the toss, if we go to a second overtime, no longer do the toss again. The one who lost it gets the choice the next time. We could go to two ends of the field if you guys decide to make changes on the field. Clear? Yep. Got it, men? First team to score after he's had two offensive series. That'll be a ball game. You can see again the same coin I flipped to start the game. That is a head, and that is a tail. What is your pleasure? Tail. It's called a tail. Called a tail. And guess who's a winner? Looks to me like that's a head. Now your choice is offense, defense, or end of the field. He's chosen defense. On here, they've chosen defense. Your choice. Offense or end of the field? You have to go offense. Offense. Got it. What end of the field do you want to go? Okay, we're going to play everything down here. All things gone down here. We're playing on this end of the field. And Lewiston-Porter takes the ball first, 20-yard line. Good luck, man.
So the Lewiston-Porter Lancers will take the ball first for overtime. Mike Binkowski perhaps needing to refresh the rules for overtime in his own mind. It's college style from the 20-yard line. Each team will get a possession and go college style from there.
Yeah, that was a
some showmanship there from Mike.
well. Burgard wins the toss and wisely chooses defense first. That way, when they get a chance, they know what they need to win.
6-6 our score. A little recap for you. Back in the first quarter, there was a punt from Burgard, 2 turnover on downs from each squad before a 9-minute drive that went 13 plays, resulted in a touchdown for James Marshall, the running back for the Lancers. That made it 6-0 after the extra point was blocked, no good. We went 2 more quarters without a score before a fumble recovery by Burgard set up a 48-yard drive, capped off. It was started by a 39 drive of Washington and capped off by Doug Washington on a 1-yard touchdown run back with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 6-6 is our score as we start overtime at the 20-yard line. The Lewiston Lancers had a chance to win on a game-deciding field goal attempt. They get the first possession in overtime. Benito flips the pass to Marshall. He trips at the 15. A flag is down there as well. Marshall stays on his feet. James Marshall to the end zone. That flag stays down at the 12-yard line. They'll bring it back on the ineligible man downfield call.
Yeah, Benito prolonged that play. Did a good job of keeping it alive and finding an option there, but his lineman got a little too zealous and worked their way downfield. Probably thought he was going to run it, and fortunately, instead of a touchdown, they're going to be moving backwards.
Well, you see on the left end of your screen, Willie Manuel, number 50, jogging his way back to the football. He's been beat up a few times so far today, but he keeps popping back up and not heading to the sideline.
That's right. Those guys, I know you could get a sense that they're beat out there and they're tired, but they're battling. And like you said, he's still out there fighting, and the team's in a good position.
1st and 15. The high snap over the head of Benito. He'll fall on it behind his own 40.
Disaster for Lewiston-Porter. At this point, Burgard just has to play it safe.
2nd and 31 from the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, 'cause that takes them way away from those sticks. I think you're forced at this point, if you're Lewiston-Porter, just trying to pick up half of this.
A timeout called on the field will take one as well. 2nd and 31 coming up in overtime after this.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time.
2nd down and 31 in overtime as we're back on Western New York Athletics. First possession of OT for the Lewiston Lancers after the high snap was recovered by the quarterback Benito at the 41. He sends a man in Barber in motion. The handoff to Matt Barber. He's going to throw down the sideline. Oh, nearly intercepted, but it fell incomplete in and out of the hands of Ashton Taylor.
A little trickery there, almost worked. If you're Burgard at this point, I think you just want to keep everything in front of you, regardless of what your eyes see. Just get back there.
That's the 2nd time we've seen the trickery from Lewiston in the backfield, and both times Burgard hasn't bit.
Yeah, he got his hands on the ball there, and remember, if they scored a defensive touchdown, this is over, right? But they need to really just hang back. Don't let anything behind them.
3rd and 31 from the 41. They need the 10. The freshman quarterback drops back 7. Going deep left side for Quantarillo. Incomplete. No flag on the play.
Well, unless Lewiston attempts a field goal from here, you're going to see another very similar play, I think.
Quantarillo clearly the target downfield.
I'd still like to see those safeties deeper if I'm Burgard. You never want to be in pursuit of that receiver. You want to be coming up on it.
At this point, why not stand at the 10-yard line?
Agreed.
4th down and 31. Safeties stand at the 25.
Number 9 is getting a little nosy there. I'd like to see number 9. Yeah, see him come down.
Benito looking to pass. Left side again. He's got a man at the 15, but it's short of the 1st down marker. It was complete to Matt Skursky. But Burgard will take over at the 20-yard line for their attempt offensively. Almost too close for comfort there, Coach Fata.
Made me uncomfortable. I don't.
3 straight incomplete passes and the overtime attempt for the Lancers. The Burgard Bulldogs, if they score, they win it and remain undefeated against the Lancers in their histories.
I think Coach Kolb just wants to rally the troops here, make sure they're organized, make sure that they're in a position to execute. They're all tired, but they need to suck it up and finish this game because they've been battling all day. It'll feel good going back to that locker room with a win the way they fought all day.
Both teams have had 10 drives in regulation time. Lewiston had their chance offensively in overtime. untimed here. It's the second time we've had overtime on Thursday Night Football. Glad you could be with us on Western New York Athletics. We're set for an all-time finish. The direct snap to Johnson. Up the right side, he picks up a minimal gain on first down.
Yeah, Johnson was a little impatient there. Could have maybe let his block set up a little better. He had Washington out in front of him, but he kind of ran to the back of Washington. And he could have got more if he's a little more patient. But it's a positive play, and they're 2nd and 8.
Burgard moves to the right hash. After the pickup of 2 from Jihad Johnson. No quarterback out there, just running backs. Doug Washington takes the direct snap, reaches forward.
Ball came out.
The official says he was down. You could tell that was more of a reach from Washington to get more yardage. Burgard keeps possession, and they get a bit closer to that first down marker. That's the 13th run on the day for Doug Washington. He leads both teams with 89 yards on the ground prior to that.
You wonder if Starks is injured or this is just a choice from Coach Kolb.
Washington again. Bowls his way up the middle of the defense and then finally gets pushed back.
With no quarterback in there, Lewistown just coming at him, playing all run. Got a 4th and 3.
You can't see Starks he's out there on the sideline. He's talking to the coach.
Yeah, so it appears to be a decision from Coach Kolb just to go with the running game and try to close this thing out on the ground.
Still, though, you've got a center snapping to a man he's not used to snapping to. You'd think some commotion would be caused there.
You got 55 in there at a H-back. He's going all run.
This one, Jihad Johnson will throw.
Oh.
Incomplete.
He had number 4, McNeil. It appeared from here anyway, wide open.
He was in the end zone, too. No one within 10 yards of him.
And he had 2 receivers open, one in the end zone, one on the flat. And the throw was kind of off schedule, and I don't know.
Well, that'll do it for the offensive drive of the Bulldogs. And we'll head to round 2 of the heavyweight bout. The Lewiston Lancers will get another try from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure about what transpired there with the personnel on the Burgard side. They kind of went with a heavy package there.
So they'll go snake draft way here. So Burgard's offense will stay on the field as they redo the coin toss, if you will. Since Burgard won the toss to start overtime, Lewiston then gets a chance to decide on the second time around whether they will kick or receive. They elect to give the ball offensively to the Bulldogs this time for round 2. If Burgard scores a touchdown, Lewiston has a chance to respond. If a defensive touchdown is scored at any time, the game is over. 6-6 is where we stand. Our first score came in the second quarter from Marshall of Lewiston, and in the fourth quarter it was Washington capping off a 52-yard drive where he had 51 of the yards before finding himself in the end zone. Starks is back on the field at quarterback for Burgard. Jason Kolb doesn't want to get too tricky on his second offensive chance.
Yeah, the first drive he went kind of with his big package. He put a lineman at the other H-back. He went all run. Now Starks is going to throw.
Starks will throw over the middle. It is caught at the 5-yard line. Brashawn McNeil, who was open on the previous play in the end zone, makes this play for a first down.
Catch and throw from Starks. He's down. Now they're down there in that 5-yard line. Washington in the offset eye.
McNeil's second grab of the day, and Washington has his second touchdown on the day.
Bang, bang. Burgard's in the end zone. impressive fight from Burgard. You know they're tired. They've been hanging in there all game. I know Coach Tracy was very confident coming out of halftime, but Lewiston-Porter let them hang around, and here they are down in overtime.
12-6 the score now. Burgard looking to add 2 more after the touchdown from Doug Washington. Starks in shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. Starks chased down in the backfield and thrown to the ground at the 20. Another 2-point conversion goes for naught for the Bulldogs. We stand at 12-6.
Yeah, big stop for Lewiston-Porter. They had a free hitter coming off the edge, and he didn't flinch. Those are big plays, especially in overtime, and Lewiston-Porter manages to get in the end zone. Plays like that could win it for him.
Doug Washington, 99 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns on 15 carries for the big number 1, continuing a dominant senior season along the turf for Burgard. 12-6 our score. The Lewiston-Porter Lancers elected to go on offense second in overtime number 2. Now they trail by 6. They have a chance to respond. Walton and Marshall in the backfield with Jake Quantarillo at the bottom of your screen at wide receiver. The freshman quarterback, Mason Bonito, looking for his second career victory and his second in Class B. Under center, Bonito keeps it. Rolling left, pump fakes. Still pump fakes. He's chased from behind up to the 15, and he's hit hard there and stays in bounds.
I'm not sure if Quantarillo knew the play there. He was downfield stalk blocking. And Bonito was looking to throw the ball. So I'm not sure if Quantarillo was on the same page there or if that was a design sprint out. But Quantarillo was blocking. Bonito was looking to throw to him.
Jake had a big play. Called for a pass interference penalty to end regulation down in the end zone. He was one-on-one with a Burgard defender, Ashton Taylor. It resulted in no points on a missed field goal as the time expired. Here in overtime number 2, James Marshall goes to the outside, tries to put a move on. That's going nowhere. A loss of 6.
Yeah, Burgard can feel it. They're 2 downs away from a victory here. That was a big stop on the left side of their defense.
3rd and 11 after the loss of 6 on second down. 12-6 the score. Burgard with a defensive stop will win the game and their first in the division this year. Both teams 1-3. Lewiston-Porter never having beat Burgard before. The Lancers haven't scored since the second quarter. Mason Bonito in shotgun with 2 receivers to each side. Looks left, throws end zone. He's got a man, incomplete. It just tipped out of the hands of Matt Skursky.
Well, smash route on the near sideline there and came open. The Burgard corner came up on the hitch. Good read by Bonito, put it over the top of the corner and had him. Got his hands on it again. It happens so often tonight. Again, here we are for the game. 4th down, 4th in the game. Well, could get a first down, I suppose.
4th and 11 from the 21 in double overtime. Bonito will throw. End zone again. Incomplete, doesn't matter. The Burgard Bulldogs win it 12-6 in double overtime. Doug Washington has both touchdowns on the day for the Burgard offense. And defensively, Tariq Wiggins, the freshman who nearly had a touchdown catch at the end of halftime, comes up with the play in overtime to end the game and win it. Walk-off style for the Burgard Bulldogs here at home as they remain undefeated against Lewiston-Porter, 9-0 now all-time against the Lancers. Jason Kolb, winning all 9 matchups, no matter who his opposing coach was. 12-6, our final score. Coach, your thoughts overall?
Well, I know it's disappointing for Lewiston-Porter, but it is nice to see the Burgard players run on the field and, excited. I don't know what they expected tonight, but they fought all night long, down early. They kept plugging away, made plays when they had to, and earned a victory tonight in overtime. Overtime wins are something as a kid I don't think you're ever going to forget. Good night. It's a good night. Another good Thursday night.
What more can you ask for? Thursday night football will continue next week on Western New York Athletics for a big matchup in Class A. The McKinley Macs will head to Sweet Home for a Thursday night matchup with the Panthers, a big one with more playoff implications. That's all we've got for you down the stretch, folks. More and more playoff implications over the next 3 weeks. A big weekend ahead on Western New York Athletics. Tomorrow night, our 3 games live at 7 p.m. Niagara Falls, Jamestown, Canisius, Lancaster, and Falkner, Cassadaga Valley, Maple Grove at Maryville, all at 7 o'clock. Saturday at 1, it's Eden-Lackawanna. At 1:30, it's Portville, CSP. And on Friday night, it's the Friday night final drive with Francis Beck, Red Zone style for all your high school football games on Fridays. Catch up live with Francis on Friday night. That's all for us for Thursday night high school football. For our entire crew here today, Francis Beck down on the sidelines, Mario Hall with him on a camera, BJ Stack, our game camera, Tom Prince, Heidi Gunther on the 1s and 2s, Mike Fata, Jack Cruiser, glad to be with you once again, folks. Enjoy your Thursday Eve, enjoy your weekend. Your final score, Burgard 12, Lewiston 6 from Riverside High School. I'm Jack Cruiser signing off, saying I'll see you next time.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.